Edge and Judgment Day's next match has just been confirmed, so we'll see what's going on there. We'll also check out what Cody Rhodes had to say and much more. Let's start things off with another update for Edge and the Judgment Day story. So like we said last time we discussed this feud, this is one of the longest ongoing storylines currently on WWE television, and everyone is expecting a big grand finale for the feud. Well, the next match in this feud has been officially confirmed by WWE. It will be Edge and Beth Phoenix taking on Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. Edge and Beth came out for a promo to reflect on the Judgment Day and build towards this match. Edge says that he still takes full responsibility for the creation of the Judgment Day. He says that his original version for the group was just to give a platform to talented superstars who just weren't being showcased enough in WWE. And even though they kicked him out of the group and things got twisted, Edge did point out that his original version of the group did come true. He said that Finn Balor has elevated his game since joining the Judgment Day. He said that Damian Priest can go ahead with pretty much anyone. And Edge gave credit to Rhea Ripley for winning the Royal Rumble and possibly being on her way of main eventing WrestleMania. The one Judgment Day member that Edge didn't put over was Dominic. Edge said that Dominic was just there in the group. So even though Edge joked around about Dominic adding nothing to the group and not doing anything special, the Judgment Day has still helped Dominic as well. A lot of people question the addition of Dominic to the group when he first joined, but you can see that even Dominic has elevated his own game thanks to Judgment Day. So, in a weird way, Edge's objective came true and was completed with the Judgment Day. So even though he may be happy for their individual recent career success, Edge obviously can't forgive them for everything they've done over the last few months, and most importantly, at Extreme Rules. How they attacked Beth Phoenix and tricked Edge into quitting the match. It was quite sick, and you just knew that Edge had to come back and do something about it. So that's where we're at right now in the story. Edge still has a score to settle with Finn Balor, and Beth Phoenix has something to settle with Rhea Ripley. So their proposal was quite simple. They just wanted a mixed tag team match at Elimination Chamber. Judgment Day comes out and they make fun of Edge's recent returns. Finn Balor says that Edge keeps on returning to WWE, only to get beaten down by the Judgment Day, leave, and then return for the exact same thing all over again. Judgment Day also delivers the bad news to Beth that Rhea's on a promotional run for WrestleMania, so she wasn't going to be there on Raw. Either way, it looks like the mixed tag team match is set for Elimination Chamber. Some fans are a little bummed out because obviously the goal was to see Beth Phoenix and Rhea Ripley one-on-one. So the fact that it's a mixed tag team match obviously changes the expectations, but at least we're still getting Rhea versus Beth in some fashion. Maybe Finn and Edge will stay out of it and give Rhea and Beth a lot of time to go at it by themselves. Rhea Ripley has said that she doesn't have a bigger dream opponent than Beth Phoenix, so you just know she's gonna love the time in the ring with Beth, even if it's a mixed tag team match. As far as early predictions for the winner, it's a bit tough because it's a story where it feels like the babyfaces have to win, especially after everything they've gone through. But on the flip side, with Rhea Ripley heading into possibly a Night 1 main event at WrestleMania 39, what better way to really build her up for Charlotte even more than by having Rhea pin Beth Phoenix for the win at Elimination Chamber? If Rhea Ripley is able to pin a Hall of Fame legendary superstar like Beth Phoenix, her momentum heading into the match with Charlotte would be off the charts. And the other question to wonder about is if this really will be the final chapter of this feud or not. There's been rumors for months that Finn Balor would bring back the Demon for his final match with Edge. And the latest reports claim that Edge may even bring back the Brood version of himself to counter Finn's Demon persona. And during the February 6th edition of Raw, Edge dropped some lines that appeared to be hinting towards the return of his Brood self. So we have to see how everything turns out here. If Rhea Ripley does get the pin over Beth Phoenix and takes her out, Maybe that does give Edge the reasoning to go after Finn Balor for the actual real finale at WrestleMania. So the last few chapters of the Edge and Judgment Day story could really pick up here in the coming weeks. It's getting to the point where it's starting to become a tradition for Roman Reigns versus The Rock to be rumored every year during the early stages of WrestleMania season. Next year's WrestleMania 40 will be the 4th year in a row where fans will be talking about the possibility of The Rock versus Roman Reigns. The match was heavily rumored and discussed by fans for WrestleMania 39. The rumors were so wild that it did get back to Cody Rhodes. Cody spoke with the Daily Mail and he addressed the Roman Reigns versus The Rock rumors and explained why he felt like The Rock was not needed for WrestleMania 39. Quote, "With all the respect in the world to one of the GOATs, The Rock, it looks like the options we have here within the roster are even better because of the stories that are happening. One story about finishing something that started in 1978, 7 years before I was even born, and another story of really the tragedy of being welcomed into the bloodline, and then you saw what unfolds." End quote. So that's Cody's reasoning for saying that The Rock isn't needed for WrestleMania 39. He says that his own story relates back to 1978 with his father, Dusty Rhodes. Connecting over to the Bloodline's history in the story is a much better option for WrestleMania 39. And shortly right after Cody Rhodes made these comments, we saw the Cody and Paul Heyman promo battle on the February 6th edition of Raw. It was called an instant classic by the fans and a perfect start to Cody and Roman's story. Paul Heyman congratulated Cody Rhodes on his Royal Rumble win and said how Roman himself were impressed with his great accomplishments. Cody Rhodes gets on the mic and starts talking about his family history with Paul Heyman and everything he's helped him with. Cody also referenced his time in AEW and how everything led him up to returning to WWE. Paul Heyman appeared to be moved by Cody's words and started talking more about his father, Dusty Rhodes. Heyman said that Dusty Rhodes is responsible for training the biggest stars of this generation. Everyone from Seth Rollins to Kevin Owens to Becky Lynch to even Roman Reigns himself were all trained by Dusty Rhodes. Paul Heyman ends his time on the mic by recalling the last ever conversation that he had with Dusty Rhodes. According to Heyman, Dusty told him that Cody Rhodes was his favorite son, but that Roman Reigns was the son that he wished he had. So that was such a huge jab, and Heyman just dropped the mic after that one. But Cody Rhodes did back Heyman up into the corner and seemed to be accepting of this entire feud turning personal, when it could have just been about the titles. So it was such a great segment and a great way to kick off this feud. It looks like the fans who were on the fence about Roman versus Cody just got sold on the match after that segment alone. And it's only the start, so we should get even more great moments for this story, especially when Roman and Cody start meeting face to face. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.